The streets of Chicago are filled with sad stories that took place over the years, but the stories in today's video might just be the saddest. There's nothing more painful than losing a loved one. Well, imagine losing two loved ones back to back that look exactly like you. Well, for the first story, you have a tragic tale of a set of triplets getting caught up in the Chiraq street life. This would result in two of them losing their lives to gun violence, leaving just one left to carry on their legacy. Then, imagine having two twin brothers with bright futures as athletes. As you look forward to the future, both of them are gunned down on the same day, simply due to their affiliation to gang members in their neighborhood. In the next story, you have a set of twins both tragically losing their lives together after also getting caught up in the Chicago street lifestyle. But before we get into depth on these stories, from watching my channel, you know that crime is prevalent around the world. The fastest growing form of crime right now is cybercrime. The best way to protect yourself and your loved ones from cybercrime is by using a VPN. Luckily, today's sponsor, Atlas VPN, has us covered. Atlas is a digital tool that encrypts your data and hides your location when using the internet. Not only that, Atlas has a data breach monitor feature that searches the internet for you to check whether or not your email address has been breached or used in any scams. Lastly, Atlas allows you to change your digital location. I personally use this feature to access shows and movies on Netflix that are only available if you live in places like Japan or Germany. They currently have a Black Friday deal going on, so you can enjoy all of these features for just $1.70 per month, plus 6 months extra, and you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can take this deal by clicking the link in the video description below. Be quick, as it's a limited time offer. Now let's get back to the video. The Ward brothers, better known by their nicknames G-Mac, G-Devo, and G-Man, were born on April 1st, 2004. They were from the low-end area of Chicago, more specifically the Wentworth Gardens projects on 39th and Princeton. The triplets were very close and did everything together. Unfortunately, they would go down the wrong path and become active in the streets. They joined a gangster disciple set called MTG, standing for the Murder Town Gangsters. They are commonly referred to as MTG 039, as there's another gang in Chicago with a similar name that's referred to as MTG 079. MTG 039 is allied with OBN, Welch World, THF-46, THF-44, OTE, and O-Block. MTG primarily beefs with Princeton Mob, Geo Drive, 800, 051 Young Money, 1300, 757, Suwu TTB, and East End. With all of this conflict going on around them, the Ward triplets would eventually find themselves on the wrong side of the violence and tragedy would strike. On May 5th, 2019, G. Devo, real name Devon Ward, was standing in the courtyard of a building in the 3800 block of South Princeton Avenue when someone opened fire. He was struck in the torso and was taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where he was tragically pronounced dead at just 15 years old. According to song lyrics by fellow MTG members, Devo died while shooting back at the person that killed him. G-Devo's death was devastating, but G-Man, G-Mac, and other MTG members would do their best to honor his memory. Sadly, just 2 years later, another one of the triplets would lose their life. On April 9th, 2021, G-Man, real name Devion Ward, was sitting in a parked vehicle with two other people at about 9:45 p.m. in the 200 block of West 37th Street when a black Dodge Durango pulled up and two men got out of the car and opened fire at them. G-Man was shot in the back and was taken to Stroger Hospital, where he was tragically pronounced dead at just 17 years old. A 16-year-old boy who was seated in the car with him suffered a graze wound to the head, and a man between 18 and 20 years old suffered a gunshot wound to the chest. Both were taken to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where they were listed in critical condition.
G-Man, that's my dog, we hop for him, no Easter bunny. Y'all took two brothers from my brother, it ain't no letting up.
Y'all took two brothers from my brother, it ain't no letting up.
Now, G-Mac is left alone to carry on their legacy. I can't even begin to imagine the pain that he's dealing with, and I pray that he's able to get through it.
Hi there, Mark, Micah. Tonight, the vigil just wrapping up for two 17-year-old twin brothers who were gunned down in this very spot here in Old Town. The family calling not for revenge in this case, but for justice. Tonight, a vigil for two more of Chicago's young victims of violence.
These are both some great kids and very respectable boys.
The family of 17-year-old fraternal twins, Edward and Edwin Bryant, mourned at the scene of their deaths. The brothers killed early Sunday morning at Evergreen and Hudson in Old Town.
The high levels of violence that we are currently experiencing in Chicago is totally unacceptable. And the life of both Edward and Edwin Bryant was stolen senselessly. The entire city should be mourning.
Now, the first story was about a set of triplets. Well, this next one is about a set of twins. Edward and Edwin Bryant were born on October 1st, 1999. They were affiliates of a set called 1300 Sedville. This set has risen in notoriety due to world-famous rapper Polo G being a member. Sedville contains both Mickey Cobras and conservative vice lords. They reside at the Marshfield Gardens and Evergreen Apartments. Sedville's main ops are a set of primarily gangster disciples called OTE. The Bryants were fraternal twins, meaning that they didn't look exactly the same like people associate with twins. They went to Marshall High School in the East Garfield Park neighborhood on the west side after transferring from Lincoln Park High School as freshmen. Edward was a big-time basketball player. He was 6'5", played forward, and he could dunk. His coaches compared him to NBA legend Kevin Durant. Division I schools were starting to look into him and were considering offering him scholarships. Meanwhile, Edwin was doing his own thing on the football field. By all accounts of the people around them, both Edward and Edwin were good kids, but they associated with the wrong people. Unfortunately, their association with Sedville gang members would make them targets for violence. On October 30th, 2016, both Edwin and Edward were standing in the 1300 block of North Hudson Avenue around 3:15 a.m. when a dark-colored vehicle drove by and someone inside the vehicle opened fire. Edwin was shot in the chest and back and was taken to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead at 3:45 a.m. Edward suffered gunshot wounds to the chest and head and was taken to Northwestern, where he was pronounced dead about an hour later. It is believed that they were allegedly killed by members of OTE. The Bryant twins came into this world on the same day and sadly left this world on the same day at just 17 years old. Man, these stories were tough to tell. I don't know if there's many things harder in this world than losing a sibling. RIP to Devon Ward, Devion Ward, Edwin Bryant, and Edward Bryant. Let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comment section, and please be sure to like and subscribe. And please be sure to take advantage of the Atlas VPN Black Friday sale by clicking the link in the description. Thank you for watching.